Now, as Ireland becomes more diverse, there's a new documentary series shining a light on the experiences of young migrants who are building their lives here.
Through music, poetry, sport and creativity, My Ireland 2 follows a group of young people connected to the Cork Migrant Centre, and it kicks off tonight on Virgin Media 1. So before that, let's take a quick look.
We didn't choose to be immigrants. We were forced to be immigrants.
Young migrants who have travelled far, leaving family and friends behind.
I didn't know I was coming to Ireland. And then I realised I was staying here forever.
There's trauma, so it takes a lot for them to open up.
At the Cork Migrant Centre, mentors are helping them to find their voice.
No, that's fire. Well done.
And play a part in the country they now call home.
Joining us now are Dr. Naomi Masheti, head of Cork Migrant Centre, and Raphael Olympio, coordinator, rapper and mentor, who both feature in the series. Good morning. It's absolutely lovely to have you here. Naomi, why did you want to take part in this series?
When I was asked about the documentary, I just found it was a really great opportunity to put a light on just how young people are negotiating this space, how they are negotiating their sense of belonging, and how when living under very extraordinary circumstances, what I was seeing day to day was the agency and the resilience and just getting on with it. And I thought it was really important to tell that story, and particularly not we tell the story, but the young people get the chance to tell the story, because it's a story that we often don't hear of resilience, of agency, despite the extraordinary circumstances which they live in.
Talk to us about some of the challenges then you're seeing, Raphael, with young asylum seekers, migrants who are coming into the country, some challenges that maybe people might not understand.
I guess initially a lot of the young people would arrive here and they wouldn't have, we'll say, a choice. And then there's challenges, we'll say, where they just arrive here, there's a language barrier, there's a barrier where they don't own their own space. There's mental health challenges. They come with a lot of trauma. They come with a lack of identity or a loss of culture because they're trying to integrate into a new culture. And they don't know, we'll say, what the culture is here. And they don't have the tools to integrate, and they feel isolated and left out. With the young people we've worked with, there's a lot of anxiety from themselves and their parents, and there's a lot of just different mental health challenges that they're facing. So I think it's been amazing that we have the likes of Southie and the Cork Migrant Centre and Nagle Place to have a space where they can exhale from the trauma, exhale and just be grounded and tell us what they're anxious about. And then we use music and creativity to forget about it all and just keep moving. So
everything you've said there is something that doesn't feel very far from experiences, regardless of your background or your colour in this country. You know, a lot of us would have known our family who went to London or went to America, and they were othered, but they were trying to keep their sense of culture and who they, you know, the London Irish Centre is such a huge deal for an awful lot of people. So it's something that's not far away from so many other people. But you mentioned something there, trauma. And what I thought was really interesting at the start of that was a young woman there saying, oh, and then, like, she didn't know she was going to end up here. She's only a young child. And you don't know what's going to end up happening. That sense of displacement at such a young age. Like, Naomi, that must be so unbelievably hard for a child who's just trusting the adult as to what's going to happen to them.
No, 100%. And again, they are teenagers. In terms of development, that's when they're developing in the sense of identity. You know, and you're developing that in that uncertainty of, like, you're in between where you've come from and when you're going. And I think it's really, really difficult for them to negotiate that sense of uncertainty and hopelessness. And I think that's why these spaces that that we create are really great, because you get to communicate, because anybody who knows teenagers anyway, whether they are migrants or not, teenagers don't really communicate, right? So we say they go to their rooms at 13 and they come out at 18. So, but we get these spaces where they can communicate. Like, from my own experience, when I was dropping my kids to school and picking them up, that's when really important pieces of information came out. But these kids don't even have those day-to-day normal spaces for them to have that conversation. They don't have dinner tables where the conversations can come out. So, but they still still have what they need to communicate, which is completely difficult. So I think these spaces is where they communicate in their own direct or indirect way through music, things that are so difficult, because like the trauma that Raphael has talked about, it's real, it's there. But you can't speak about it. Sometimes you don't even have the words to speak about it. We find even young people don't even realize that they're going through it.
Yeah, of course.
And exactly. So the music and the spoken word, it's a way, that's how they are talking to us. And that's why it's so important to listen to what they're saying. Because that's how they're communicating to us.
About the music and how important it is in bringing people together, making them feel comfortable. Because culturally, they're obviously wanting to hold on to their old culture. But I think integration is a massive part of it as well, and part of a new environment, new, completely different area, say in Cork. You know, trying to integrate with community. Is music a good way of trying to bring those people together?
100%. Like, music is a universal language, and no matter what language you speak or where you're from, it brings people together. And I think with the young people, we start off with music. I'm a musician myself, the mentors are musicians. And for us, I think where we found that we're able to express ourselves around anything around music, and it's not as invasive. So with the young people, we start off with music and they're able to use their languages. They can rap in their language, they can rap in English, they can sing in their language or sing in English, however they want to incorporate it, but they can also bring their culture into the music, which is really cool. They can bring Afro beats, they can bring any sound at all, and we can make it work for them to share their stories. I think everyone has a story to share, and I think music is one of the easiest ways to facilitate that story being
Even
told.
with Arsenal jerseys on as well, so it's not just any team you can support as well.
There are incredibly positive stories in this documentary, and it's uplifting. But there's also, like, Raphael, the elephant in the room. Racism is on the rise. This is, like, I'm sure that it's not my lived experience. Is it your lived experience of Ireland now? You've been here 26 years.
Yeah.
Do you feel a difference?
I do feel a difference. I think when I first arrived, I was a young kid. I didn't necessarily, obviously there was racism, but it wasn't like as intense as it seems now. It wasn't as out there. You know, I think maybe social media does kind of heighten things. But I think there are solid communities that I'm around. So I don't feel, yes, I see it on social media, but I feel like despite what's going on now, despite the tensions that are arising, I do feel like the majority of Irish people are not racist. There are people coming out and saying things, but I think there are a minority group that are just being very vocal and very loud. So it just seems extra at the moment.
The lived experience is something different. That's what this documentary is all about. It's important that we put ourselves into other people's shoes all of the time to try to understand. It's called My Ireland 2. It airs tonight at 9 p.m. on Virgin Media Play and, of course, Virgin Media 1. Raphael Olympio, coordinator and rapper, and, of course, Dr. Naomi Masheti, head of the Cork Migrant Centre. Best of luck with the series. Fair play for taking part. 3 episodes. Thanks a million for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks
so much
for talking to us. Right, time to take a short break. We'll see you in 3.
Building new beginnings isn't always easy.
It's just crazy, like.
I think it's quite scary.
I didn't know I was coming to Ireland. Then I realized I was staying here forever.
With a little creativity, everyone can find their voice.
I love music.
I love everyone I perform with.
Southie has always been about integration.
And we want to just bring people from all walks of life through role play, through art, through music.
This is My Ireland 2.
Tonight at 9 on Virgin Media Play and Virgin Media 1.